Hello again, everybody. NASCAR Fan 19 back here with the second part of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. We got into the Ultra Deluxe part of the game, which was very interesting. We're going to see where it goes from here. I know there were some variations that I know I haven't hit up yet, but I want to. And let's see where the game goes from here, because as of the last part, my brain is broken. Set the current time again. Okay. 11:55. Unfortunately, we are... no, shoot. Seriously, you can't just pull... It didn't even matter last time. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and call it a day. I mean, 5 minutes. That actually would have been at 12 o'clock. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Do you not? Like, the Xbox literally has a built-in clock. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Well, thank you. This game, it's literally thought of every single thing that it could. Like, anything that you expect it to be, it almost, like, defies that. Alright, let's get back into it. I hope that it saved what I did, or it knows what I already did, because there was no save option, so I assume that the game just kind of knows where I've been. I hope.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big
I got an
building
achievement
where he was employee number
for
427.
coming back to the game.
Employee number 427's job
Okay.
was simple.
Do I need to watch this again? I mean, it's the exact same. Should I just skip it? I almost don't want to skip it because it might give me an achievement. I want that gamer score.
He got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, nothing happened. I swear the light wasn't on and then suddenly it was. Why did the light turn red? It turned red once I got up from the desk. I can't interact with it. I only have one interact button, so I don't know what else I can do. Okay.
All of his co-workers
I still want to find all these inputs. There's the weirdo with the pencil sharpener. Oh, hello. It's a neon sign. It's new content. Okay, well, if you insist.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I did notice your sign. It's
very
exciting fluorescent. So I guess we are not going to be tackling our missed variations. We are going to see what the new content is. Elevator time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. My favorite. I love elevators.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
and
about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be.
You made the game.
Stanley Parable was a landmark, and
you're an NPC.
For it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further, which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
What? Oh my god!
Yes, you see, isn't this?
Well, now I feel bad that I didn't play the original.
With a few
I mean,
minor additions.
I am.
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
The end is never the end.
Okay.
427. I got 2 phones.
calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra
Oh, it
Deluxe,
absolutely
don't you think?
is.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What? Literally. Targa file. I like how it's not full screen. It's just on a window screen and just kind of there. Got another one. It's nice though. I like the scenery. I want to go back here. Who sits there? Why can I still not see outside? Even though I know what outside looks like. What do you say? New mug. Time to wake up. Ah. I see inside there. Nope. It's not an apple. It's a crow. Crows, crows, crows. I know who you are. What is that? I can't read that from here. Darn it. It didn't give me a slider to fix my brightness settings, so that's kind of unfortunate. It was too dark last time, but hopefully nothing too dark this time. New content is out. New content, part 2, is in. They're back. 2 doors! Shouldn't we have 4 doors now that we've already had 2? I guess it wouldn't be 2. We have options. Logo ideas. Not gonna lie, I'm still kind of feeling that. Wait. 28 minutes. Someone was here 28 minutes ago. It's a Google Doc. Ooh. The brain. The bran.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Me. What in the world is that? Sequels are good. I have not played any of these games. I'm very selective of what I play. 2. Oh. This person was looking at the logo ideas. Wonder if they were just kind of sitting here. Just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try. Just wait to the show floor. So, okay, nope, it's a rope. It's nothing but rope. Okay. Ooh! New features. And here, folks... Okay, I wasn't expecting to go behind it. Here, folks, you can see some large letters. New features. Please clap. It's a freaking red carpet. Is that what's that's supposed to be? It's a red carpet? Where in the world am I heading? Why is there just a stool right here? Oh my goodness. This is insane.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
They have leveled up here. Hear your name in the game. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. That's new. Hear your name in the game. Enjoy any features. Is that... It's here. Oh my god.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself,
It's all
what
golden
do
now.
players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually
Just right.
recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Oh my
Isn't
god.
that wonderful?
I love it. But the only way you're going to know my name is if you got it from my Xbox account, and I already know that you're not taking the time from it, so...
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right
Yeah.
now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in
Saw
the
that
final
coming.
game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim
Okay.
to really simulate the full experience of
Focused.
this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
I am Jim.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
Jim.
Sleeping and waking as Jim. Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Jim.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I mean, I'm already kind of as far forward as I can be.
Jim.
Yes! You
Yes!
screamed! What a thrill!
I am
What a rush!
Jim!
That was you!
My name is Jim
Describe
Denton!
you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of
Do I have
this
to?
personal validation.
But it pops back out. Jim!
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can
Jim.
do too much.
Jim! Jim! Jim!
I'm
Jim!
putting the Jim
Jim!
button
Jim!
away.
Jim!
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim! That just went into the floor. Jim Nye, the science guy. Okay. What does that say? Name. Here, yours today. Who am I logging in as? Desks are at odd places. Alright, what else we got?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
I-
That would
oh
actually
my
save me
God.
the work of
That
finishing
is
this
creepy.
feature.
I heard Jim in the game. No screenshots. Red is the new orange. New features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. The baby is all grown up. Boss baby. What is this? Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
What is down there? What is this? What is this for? Other than to look at that very large sign. God, where am I? Now I'm on an elevated platform. Infinite hole. Achievement! Collectibles. What do we got? Settings. Well, okay, well, there's a staircase. Reassurance bucket. Okay, well, I can't open it. Knowing this game, I'm sure there's a deeper meaning behind that. But, oh, the jump circle. And we still have jumps left.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a
I
pretty good idea.
saved my
I think
jumps!
to hang on to that for the sequel.
Should I just... One time? Oh, that's fun. But we save it. We might be back here. We never know. What is this door? Does this door lead somewhere? It apparently does not. Did I miss something back here? Because I kind of just, like, walked. Oh, I still need. I need to hit up this bucket. March. Do you think that? Hold on. This game is so complex. I want to see if this actually. It's their website. Oh my god. Welcome to the official website of the Stanley Parable 2. Okay, there's a video here. You know what? I'm gonna push this to my laptop and we're gonna watch this together.
Say there, Timmy. What's that you're enjoying? Why, it's breakfast, of course. Everyone loves breakfast. But did you know that breakfast is getting a sequel? That's right. It's called Lunch. And critics are raving that lunch will be everything breakfast was and more. With a little luck, we may even get a trilogy series out of it. Say, you know what a sequel is, don't you, Timmy? Why, sequels are the world's way of clinging helplessly to the past. We all want more of the things we love, and we're all afraid of change.
Oh my god!
Which is what makes
I just
sequels
love
so popular.
the old-timey
New
footage.
ideas are dangerous, Timmy, and they can lead to early aging. This eager-minded young thinker is just 29 years old. That's why we have sequels, to keep us couched in the familiar and the comfortable. Sequels are the bedrock of a healthy, functional society. And if you look around you, you'll find them everywhere you go. For instance, this man is developing a sequel to the automobile, which we'll call the vertical automobile. It's a useless, impractical invention, and in 2 days' time, the man will be publicly stoned to death for his crimes against gravity. Not all sequels are heretical nonsense, however. Here's the man who invented breathing, which is the sequel to suffocating and dying a slow death. Even your parents are getting a sequel, Timmy. Their names are Rob and Jessica, and they'll be taking care of you once your original parents are sent back in time to fight a secret war for the government. Sequels can be very fashionable. This young woman is wearing 5 shirts at once, which is the sequel to wearing 4 shirts at once. Look at Becky over there, wearing only 2 shirts at once. Get with the times, Becky.
Come on, Becky!
In fact, there is only one
loser.
single thing in the world that isn't a sequel. It's this. We don't know what it is or why it exists,
Yeah, that's
but it's
kinda
the prequel from which all sequels are derived. And just like everything else, the Stanley Parable is getting a sequel too. We all know, of course, that it was your favorite
Two.
game as a child. Don't you remember those long, lazy afternoons you spent playing the Stanley Parable?
Oh, don't
Watching
I?
your precious youth fritter
don't,
away
'cause I
hour
didn't do it the
after
first time.
hour. We've all wasted our childhoods in one way or another, and you were fortunate enough to get to waste yours on the Stanley Parable. But the Stanley Parable came out years ago, and you're not a child anymore. You're a man, which is like the sequel to a child. And as a man, you want manly things like taxes and cheating at baseball. You need a man's video game, Timmy. And that's why the Stanley Parable 2 will be perfect for you. It's as manly as video games can get. And if you don't believe me, let's look at the burly hunk of a man who's responsible for the game. Huh, here he is, hard at work. His
What a
name is
bro.
Gregory 8-Pack, and he's the cutting picture of raw,
8-Pack.
virile masculinity. Gregory is what we call the ideas guy, and he has the most important role on the team. The ideas guy tirelessly comes up with interesting concepts and then hands them off to the rest of the developers for the relatively simple job of turning those concepts into reality. For example, he's the one who picked up the phone and declared, "Someone ought to make a sequel to the Stanley Parable." Good work, Gregory. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off. With the hard part out of the way, work on the game can now begin. The game's
The hard
developers
part.
must answer a
Saying it
simple
out loud.
question. What makes a sequel in the first place? Well, it's simple. Sequels are an opportunity to correct the mistakes of
Oh my
their
God.
predecessors. We've all made
Mind
mistakes,
control facility.
and we've all caused harm to someone we love in order to cover up our mistakes. When developing this particular sequel, it's important
oh my
to
God.
start by thinking, what mistakes did the original Stanley Parable make? Well, first off, most of the pornography in the original game was stolen or pirated, and it's time we paid the licensing fees fair and square.
Well, I haven't
Second,
seen that yet.
The Stanley Parable
clearly
was
haven't hit this game
catastrophic
up
for
enough.
This man named Leroy. whose personal information, including home address, social security number, and bank information, were all displayed prominently in multiple locations throughout the game.
I haven't seen
Although
that either.
Leroy's money and identity were stolen, the fact remains that his personal information was the emotional core of the game and absolutely vital to a
What's that? I thought it was
understanding
Stanley.
of the story. As reparation for the harm we caused him, the sequel will contain a brief and insincere apology to Leroy, tucked deep within the game where it will be difficult to find.
I will find that
Finally,
apology.
the Stanley Parable made the mistake
It's
of
the last
leaking
thing I
too
do.
many government secrets about the nature of the Time Wars. Without these intricate details of specific military tactics, the story is likely to make very little sense. But we've decided to remove them from the sequel in the interest of helping the state's efforts. We'll get to you yet, Time Dracula. Now then, it's time to set about
What is this?
constructing the Stanley Parable 2. Game development is a difficult and
It honestly
complex
sounds like
art,
the same guy
one
that's
which
doing the
can only be
narration.
fully understood by
Except
this
he's
race
putting
of
on it like an American
hyper-intelligent
accent.
child soldiers bred in laboratories.
I think.
They begin by studying the original
I
Stanley
almost don't know
Parable.
what an American
Here
accent
it
is.
is in its raw, untouched form, a specimen of technological perfection. Time to exploit it for profit. We begin by adding jokes. The Stanley Parable was most widely known for its stark lack of humor,
Oh, yeah.
bucking all
I haven't laughed at
conventional
all.
industry wisdom. It was a bold artist statement that its developers stood firmly behind. But in 2022, it's impossible to reach even a single consumer of video games without jokes of some kind.
Yeah,
So very
dead
well,
haircut.
jokes it'll be. During its development, over
was that
500 kiloliters of comedy will be funneled directly into the core of the Stanley
This has
Parable
all
2,
been,
creating
like,
jobs for hundreds of machine
footage
operators
from, like,
and producing
before 1970 or
30,000
something like
tons
that.
of
I,
pollutant
like,
chemical
I'm sure it's probably a
byproduct,
little
which will
older.
be pumped directly into local lakes, rivers, and beautiful nature reserves like these all over the country. Another common complaint of the Stanley Parable is that there wasn't enough gameplay. And so for the sequel,
Give
its
me
developers have gone to
longer
great lengths
line,
to fix
adventure
this
line.
problem.
Trademark.
Here we can see gameplay being printed onto sheets. Every video game contains as many as 1,000 sheets of gameplay, and several of the largest
Sounds like
games ever made
432's
contain
peer
close
reviews.
to 1,500. On mobile devices, the gameplay sheets have to be printed smaller. For the Stanley Parable 2, as many as 35 new gameplay sheets are being printed, each of which must be delicately massaged by the hands of a child before being added into the game. This man is stealing gameplay sheets from the factory, which he likely intends to use for a personal project he's been developing in his spare time. A good public stoning will cure him of that inclination. Let's check on Gregory real quick. Ha! Still
Come on,
recovering
Gregory.
from a hard day's work. Don't you move a muscle. Next up, it's time to blackmail
Gregory's a
the
slouch.
press. In a competitive market, blackmailing your local journalist can be one of the most effective methods of creating word-of-mouth buzz for your sequel. In
This
fact,
is brilliant.
Blackmail
Like,
is the currency of
everything
social
about
progress.
this game
From your neighborhood grocer to the teacher at your
is
school,
so
to the
well
man
thought
who helps
out.
you steal
And I can now
HBO,
understand why
everyone
they
responds
spent
to
like 9
blackmail.
years
And if you've never done it before, it's easy to
Well,
practice
expanding
at
it,
home on
basically.
your friends and family. Simply follow the instructional pamphlet that your teacher hands out after the end of the film. And finally, there's one
wonder if
last
they do any other
tool at
games.
our disposal for making the sequel
racing!
feel fresh and exciting.
It's like a
and
wooden
that's
track.
packaging the game with
Almost.
collector's edition
Might be.
merchandise.
I don't know.
If you order the Stanley
I might just
Parable
be
2,
blind.
you'll receive this cow's egg. A single egg will produce over 1,000 cows, which are, of course, the sequel to pigs. And there you have it. Everything there is to know about producing the Stanley Parable 2. Of course, you may know that there is also a game titled
the input.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So which game is the
it's
true
around.
sequel
I know
to
it
the
is.
Stanley
I will
Parable?
find the input.
It's an excellent question, Billy. One which the child soldiers have been working round the clock to come up with an answer to. And after many weeks of diligent research, the conclusion they've reached is, who gives a shit? All that matters is that it's more content for you to cram down your insatiable gullet. You don't want thoughtful and nuanced answers to complex questions, Billy. You just want to eat bubble gum and cheat at hopscotch.
And I'm all out of
get
bubble
out
gum.
there and consume. Do your civic duty and bully your parents into buying you every version of the Stanley Parable 2 on every platform.
Yes, I
Tell
need it
your
on
friends to
PC.
bully their
I need it on a
parents as
Mac.
well.
I need it on
It's through
PlayStation 5, which I don't
community efforts
have.
like these that the world comes together in harmony and connection. And it's only through this connection that we'll defeat Time Dracula once and for all. Don't let the time-traveling vampires win. Buy the Stanley Parable 2 and pledge to support all sequels for today, tomorrow, and into the great unknowable beyond.
3 years! 3 years! R.I.P. Billy. 1956. Okay. That was a great comedic relief. I cannot believe that was 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. Okay. Back to the gameplay. Bucket. Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley
Well, that's
Parable
fancy.
was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played
Sorry.
it well.
I'm just looking at this like this could be an
after
Instagram post.
much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution
That's like
to this
artsy.
fundamental problem with the game.
What are we talking about? I have
It's
hiccups
the
now.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart.
From the sky.
As long as you hold on
The
to
great bucket in the sky.
the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even
The
comforting.
cloud.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace
The
of
cloud.
jarring cognitive
That's not my best
dissonance
work.
while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
dude.
it's a much more convenient solution
have
for
to.
me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort.
I mean, I'm
even
holding
in
it, so
the
yes, I
face of
do. That
crushing
laugh kind of
despair
put me
must
off.
already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive
Aw,
as a person.
thanks!
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this
I don't
and more
understand it anymore.
await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Well, that was timely.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video
Okay,
game?
well, I'll give it to you because I don't know
That
with any
really
other
should
video
be
game
an
that has a
award if
bucket.
it isn't already.
Office decorations. Infinite hole? Infinite hole. Okay.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on
There has to be,
Get
like, some
Well
deep meaning behind
Someday
this number.
and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
What? Is this me? It's Stanley. Which would I pick? Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece. I mean, I like the color, but this is more overarching. Like this is extremely specific. This just says get well someday. Hopefully. It can be used in any situation.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece, it is.
Okay. I mean, it is blue. That's... Why is this game just like, when you're not looking, it just loads whatever the heck it wants? Good God. Okay.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Oh, what?
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
I will...
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly. So
Screw
we
off!
all have to move on from our mistakes.
Give me what I want. Is there one stuck down there? Apparently. There's an infinite hole. What is it? It won't end. Let's go check out the infinite hole. Time. Death. Oh, like infinity. Opening rim. Surrounding area. Hole entrance. Infinity. Can't argue with that. Not sure if this works. This concept.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever.
Really?
That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if
nice.
you like. A stunning leap forward for video
Yo,
games.
the roof is coming down. Shall I? I shall.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more
Yeah, I'm having
ingenious
fun.
concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since
I am
you've
indeed
gotten
falling.
to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
But I like the hole.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
What if I just
Maybe
rim
do it on
ride?
the sooner rather than later
I'm
spectrum
moving
of
in midair.
things.
I'm controlling myself.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite
Of course you
nature
did.
of the hole.
There's
Is it
no
a
such
very,
thing
very
as an
deep
infinite
hole?
hole.
To be certain it is.
Otherwise,
extremely
I'm
deep.
going to end up in China.
I don't want anyone to say that it
Or
isn't
whatever
an
is
astonishingly
the
deep hole.
pure
It
opposite
is.
of
Is it infinite? Well,
United
that
States. We
sort of
always say
depends
China.
on
I'm not
your
even sure if that's
definition of infinity.
technically correct.
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found
yes, I
me
did.
out,
Wow.
Stanley. I'm a liar.
I mean, it's pretty deep.
So
Like
clever.
that's literally just
I
a
think
dot.
the issue
I don't
here
even.
is just that you're unusually
I guess it is moving just a
fascinated by
touch.
Falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
I do. There's
I
cigarette butts
figured the
down
hole
here.
was as deep as anyone would actually
new
need.
mug.
Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the
I
problem.
don't care. Meeting at 2
Look,
p.m.
things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the
Just the
whole
two of us.
mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead
Every
and press
pause
the
button
teleport button
is
to
Roman
walk
numeral
up to
2.
the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Nah, I like it here. I'm going to enjoy my... Where are they? My cigarette butts. Do you have anything to add? Okay, fine.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you
Hole!
even more of... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is
don't
you. The problem is
I want
that
the
you
hole.
like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to
The
see it all,
circle is
but not
getting
you. Oh,
smaller.
no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you
did.
spent a little less time in there than you did before.
It did seem like I spent less time.
admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you
I can run in
enough
circles.
of the hole, you can hit the
Counterclockwise.
teleport button and come join me up above.
Can I just keep running? I want to keep running with my bucket. My bucket in tow. Okay, fine.
Had enough?
Nope.
I'm positively
Hole.
thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Okay, yeah, it's getting shorter.
Okay, yes. I'm starting
Wow.
to become
Oh,
extremely
yes. Okay,
certain
now we're
that the
dancing.
hole is not only not
Props
infinite,
to you if you know
but
where
that
that's
it's
from.
growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting
that
to
just
hit
means
the
the
point
brighter hole up
where
top
it's no longer
is
feasible
getting
to
bigger.
call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax
make it
overall
move.
standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
You know what? I am curious.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to
It is
haunt me.
shorter.
Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. How is this still appealing to you?
Just cuz.
I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the
I'm here to go
teleport
in
button
circles.
when you're ready to move on.
What? This is a circle. Can I jump? Jump circle. Okay, fine.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was
What's
working
that
just a
achievement?
moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose.
I just realized my camera's off.
There is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Still laughing about the fact
You
that
get
that
to
was
be with
that
the
was an
hole,
achievement.
I get to do literally
I can't jump.
anything else.
It's the jump circle, and yet
Take care, Stanley.
I mean, well, it's
I
not
hope you
the
and
jump
the
circle, but
hole
it's a circle, so I should be able to jump. You know what? I like my hole. If I can't move, then I'm satisfied with my life. I've got a bucket in hand, and... What was that noise? I've got a bucket in hand, and I'm just going to enjoy myself. I might pee in it at one point. Depends on... What? Oh my god. Help. Help! 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 Let me jump! Let me jump! I can't jump. I'm not gonna be able to jump high enough now. The world is going away from me. I am descending into darkness. Hell is empty. Change your perspective. What? Oh, my perspective has changed. It's me in a bucket. It's Stanley. I am in a deep hole and the game is lagging. Perception. Oh, this is funky. Oh, let's go. Change your reality. What? Oh my god. This is trippy. Now this seems like what I'm actually in. Oh my god, there's puppies! I'm not changing it. Not changing my reality. I want the puppies. Oh. Change yourself. What? I'm a robot. 427. Am I upside down? Oh, where'd the puppies go? Oh, there they are. I'm upside down. What is that? Oh my god. I know. Whoa.
Stanley?
No.
Stanley!
Do you mind?
It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting
I was
away
having a
into
great time.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
You
don't want to miss
left
a
me.
single moment.
I was
So how
enjoying
about
my
if I
hole.
just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole. From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. I'm
And
looking forward to all
you
of it.
left.
Stay alert, Stanley.
Screw you.
I'll
This is
be
my
back.
hole.
Toodlepip.
It's extremely British. Okay, do I get to go back? Send me back. Dang it! I didn't even get to see all my selves. What other selves did I have? I was keeping that... I was staying on the puppies, though. The puppies were going to stay there. Okay, we're back on the surface.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
I've tried some of them already. Okay, I did that. Did that. Achievement, then collectibles, and exit, I guess. Unless I missed something. Free achievement. Get yours now. Pull the lever. Receive your achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Sure.
Well, I'm developing a technology to
I haven't even looked at the achievements, to be honest. I just kind of get them.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Missed.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel.
Prick.
To at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over
If I
the
just
world
keep
who
doing
have
it,
been
well,
uproariously demanding this feature.
how long do I have to do
Gamers,
this to make it work?
We hear you, and I promise it will happen.
2 minutes? 2 years? I'll do it. Fine. Is there a plug I'm missing? Fine. Stupid.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen
We
yet?
haven't seen the collectibles, and that is a very large cartoon-looking version of Stanley. That's new. Can you find it? Can you count? That's... doesn't flow off the tongue as easy as the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Collect them all. That's trippy.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video
I'm
game. In the Stanley
walking
Parable
forward,
2,
but it
you'll
doesn't
run
look like
around
I'm
gathering
moving.
up these miniature Stanley figurines.
It looks like I'm back in
And
that
what's truly innovative
Windows
is
screensaver.
that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a
I'm
number
getting
go
closer.
up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What in the world is going on here? Okay. Okay. Oh, 1 out of 6. Okay. And the environment has disappeared behind me. I guess that was it. So
God, it
I
really
apparently
is
have
the
5
worst
more to
when
collect.
you collect everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
What a tragedy. I think I've hit everything. I don't think I've missed anything. Hit the jump circle and pull. I had a lot of fun in the bucket, the gym. I think I've hit everything. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Exit. Well, this is fancy looking.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, I suppose so. Someone left their bag. That is trippy. That is some design. Leveled up. Another new mug. So many new mugs. Okay. Please no screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think?
What happens if I take a
Do you
screenshot?
like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going
Where
to
do I
work.
sit?
There's definitely
so many
a good
seats.
game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll
Oh,
arrange
okay, I
these
can't
new
see now.
features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Front row.
Okay. Are you ready?
I suppose
Here
so.
it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of...
Totally.
Okay, never mind.
I
Hold on.
see it.
Let me do a different
I
arrangement.
can picture it.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Oh, collectible.
This isn't a coherent
Can I touch it?
video game
Can I
at all.
touch
It's
it?
a lot of gags.
Come on.
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to
I
anything.
can't reach. Oh my god.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all
If
the
that
magic
keeps
of
me
the
from getting
first game. I wanted fans
my
to
dang
love
collectibles,
it. No matter
I
how
swear to
good
God.
these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features.
This
into
looks
it.
like the intro.
Tastefully, of
The
course,
Grey Void.
with respect.
Is this where it all started?
For the vision and
It
integrity
started
of the original game.
in the presentation
Could it possibly
room.
work?
And this was the
I
angle.
suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction,
Okay.
This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
You did it that easy? Whoa. This is trippy. I just spat everywhere. This game, man. To be fair, this looks trippy and cool, and I'm approaching a door and I want to see what happens. Open the door, and it's more hallway. Oh my god. The hallway is like moving like it was an earthquake. I wonder how long you could sit here. And it continues. But I will just go ahead and say begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big
The
building
balloons!
where he was employee number 4.
They have appeared. And they are colorful, even though the messaging
was simple.
just
He sat
doesn't
at
make
his
any
desk
sense.
in room 427, and he pushed buttons.
Especially because we can't find
Orders
anybody in
came
this
through
office.
to a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
completely just deeped.
how long to push,
This is where I'm being monitored.
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
It's the exact same intro, though, with the exception of the addition of balloons.
Was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
The Stanley
Something
Parable.
that would forever change Stanley.
2.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized
Yes, I
that
had.
not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or
Those
even
balloons.
say hi.
It is
Never in
literally
all
the
his years
same
at the
computers that
company
are on
had
every
this
single
happened.
time.
This complete
The
isolation.
only ones that have really been
Something was
different.
very
Well, for
clearly
one thing, it was
wrong.
when like almost all of them said the end is
Frozen
never the end, is
solid.
never the end.
Stanley found
But then
himself unable
the
to
input.
move for the longest time.
Otherwise,
But as he
they've
came
pretty
to
much
his
all
wits
been
and
the same and
regained
on the
his
same
senses,
monitors.
He got up from his desk
See
and
what I mean?
stepped out of his
The
office.
red button suddenly just like pops up. It's like I'm missing a voicemail or something.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
balloon
meeting
on the
room.
light.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Turn it off. It's the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh, the bucket. I now have a bucket in my hands. What the hell? What? Why is this being roped off? This is the most unnecessary rope. Watch it mean I die later on. What happens if I turn the corner? Oh, no new content. The new content is here. Okay, so I haven't hit the red door on the right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
God, is it?
and entered the door.
Is all the commentary gonna reference the bucket now? Okay, let's go ahead.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Just seeing if there's anything I missed. I'm looking for any additions.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Yes.
Was this better
Come
than
join
the
me in my
meeting room?
perfect seat.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Isn't this fantastic?
How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
It's beautiful. And it's all natural light in this area. White light from absolute
Truly,
nothingness.
being here with the bucket was a grand adventure.
It's grand.
Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Coffee machine is still too low. I'ma jump
Perhaps
on the
this was where the
table
bucket
and
felt
dance
most
all
truly
around.
at home. Here in the employee lounge.
This is
Perhaps
the
it's
only place for me and my
place a
bucket.
can even
It's
feel
all
at home.
I can be. I really just want to see how much dialogue I can get out of this room.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much
Look out the
time
window,
as it
bucket.
needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the
Use your
employee
handle and
lounge
push the
shared
blinds
a
out of the way.
special connection.
I can't do anything because I can't see my feet because I'm a vampire. Clock's still not right. Okay, have I hit all the dialogue? I think I have. I've never considered this seat. Anyway, let's go.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Anything over there? Doesn't look like it. Nothing new, at least. Ah! A rogue balloon.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift,
Do not
yes.
lie. If you were
Go
lying right now,
there.
stop.
Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, but I'm going to jump off. Oh my god, there's a collectible. You know what? I'll save it. We know where it is. Hopefully it doesn't disappear on me.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley
Don't
did
think
not
so.
question
I've got an
why or
ending I
how
haven't
this
hit,
bucket was speaking
and
to
I need to
him.
hit it.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
He didn't get bothered that I jumped off. He did last time when I jumped off the cargo lift.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign
Oh
right
my
there. It
God.
says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was
I
okay
forgot
to
about
leave
the no
bucket
bucket
here?
sign.
Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I
What
suppose
is
that
a
would
bucket
explain a
anyway?
lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it.
I legitimately
This
forgot about the sign.
misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the
That was
entire
like the last thing
rest
on my
of the
mind.
game if not addressed quickly.
Go
and
back up.
properly.
No, door's closed.
So
I'm stuck.
much of the
I'm
impact
trapped.
of the story is dependent
Trapped in
on
a
your
box.
understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I'm not sure about that. Can I just climb up this window? It looks like the computer's on. I see light. Okay, I'll just follow what you say. This is Dark Void. I'm scared. I can't see. Okay, there's a loading screen. Thank God. Is this
Now
a
then,
bucket?
I'm going to
What
run
in the
you
world?
through some test scenarios, and you'll tell
It's
me
like a
whether or
freaking
not the
lounge.
thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Is this a
Okay,
bucket?
let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
That is a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What? It's not letting. Dang it! I was gonna take a closer look.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Screw it. Say it's a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Then it's still a bucket. A 3D printed
Item
bucket
3.
is a bucket.
Is this a bucket?
Otherwise, what else is it? Say it's a bucket until it's a bucket.
Correct.
Thank you.
This is a bucket.
Rule of threes.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
That's a tractor.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Oh my god. I'm tired. Oh my god.
Is this a bucket?
Is this gonna be a gag?
Correct. This is a bucket.
What am I playing?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Okay. All buckets are buckets.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I can't take a closer look. I'm literally trapped in this section. No?
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless...
I mean,
is that
based
what
on
you
this
think?
game, apparently not.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is
what did I
threatening
press that
to
for?
tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
apparently I just had the option to
I'm
press
going
buttons to
erase
press buttons.
all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay.
Bucket! Bucket!
Here we go.
Run away! Get in the hole! God dang it.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single
Yes!
thing in the game was a bucket?
Everything's a bucket!
God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Questionable.
Oh, this is wonderful news.
I might
We're not
identify as a
buckets.
bucket.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Thank you.
And we'll know
That's all
that
I
it's
ask.
all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
All right, well, that happened. And we're back. Okay, now there's not a rope here. What the hell? Wait. Why? Oh, why did it reset? For God's sake, I did so well to hit them the first time and then suddenly you reset yourself. Okay. I'll take the bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket
And
into his
now
arms,
let's go
and a wave
and
of
do
comfort
the
rushed over him.
escape route.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Ah, so that's the door. That's probably the door that leads, like, when you're going back and...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Nothing has changed.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Drift to the bathroom first. Still can't see myself. Oh my God.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley
Ah,
figurines.
there are
Remember,
more.
No reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Savor every moment. This has changed. Someone has been here. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Okay. Anything here? Were there two phones here before? Or was there just one? My mind's broken. Hello. I didn't get to be in this room before. I tried to be in here and... Panda. Oh, okay, that's... that. I didn't see what was happening. And now I have. That's a bit peak. Wait, is this an escape route? Do it. Is this just like the generic elevator music that you can find on YouTube or something? Where am I going? My controller is vibrating. This is a feeling. What is this? Vanilla envelope. That was weird. It sounded like someone else was in here. I literally didn't move. It was vibrating for absolutely no reason. Incredible. What a troll of a game.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Okay, the number
to discover not
was
an indication of any human
if
life.
I can control myself.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
8,
Stanley may
4,
have broken down
5.
into an emotional dumpster, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yep, and that's smart.
Was it
And
that
now
the bucket knew all along?
the window's
Was the
closed and
bucket
I'm scared
guiding
and it's dark and I don't know
Yes,
where anything
this
is until
certainly
you give
the
me
most
some light and there it
logical
is.
explanation.
I wish you had allowed me to change my brightness. Because I still can't see crap. Oh, wow. Hi there.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really
I don't know.
must be a
I'm being
snappier name for these
surprised. Like,
things.
I
What
didn't
about
see one, like,
mini stands?
10 minutes ago in the
What about
warehouse. I just left it there.
Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
But we know it's there, and we'll double back to it. God, I can't see.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
I mean, I kind of know what I'm going
it would
toward.
be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
I realize I had a light
The
above
bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything
Okay.
will be fine.
me out, and we are going to
Stanley and the
escape.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
What? Worth. Look, I already know what happens in that room.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Worth. Okay. Well, I guess I have to drop to my death. Bottoms up! Okay, I guess we're not getting the infinite hole feeling. Okay, what? Oh, sparks.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how
Can I
meaningless
jump?
the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out
Jump,
to be.
baby?
To be
Jump
sure,
circle?
It puts the mind and the soul
Bucket is
at
a circle,
ease
jump
to
out of the
embrace
bucket.
But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to
There's a platform right there. I can jump.
This is what Stanley
I can
thought
jump.
to himself, and he sort of
What about
kicked
this side?
himself
Nope,
for wasting
just
so
this
much
side.
time
Come on.
carrying a
Oh my
bucket
god, that
everywhere.
is hard.
Farewell, Stanley.
Oh dear. Crouch, it won't do you anything.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Is this the woman called
In a
Mariella?
single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
What? Hello? What is
It was a
this?
shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that
is
all
going
buckets
on?
are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Ages were... This game. The bucket got ripped out of my hands. I was holding a bucket, and... What is this game? You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. What the...
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded
What is
him?
happening?
Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Is the bucket being lifted up to heaven? It stop. There's a hole there. What else is there? Okay, roped off area. A chair. 25 buckets. 25 buckets. Okay. I'll never know what this area is. Unless it's unlockable. A bucket with 2 handles. Never. This is where I was. Inferno bucket. Billions died, and yet, in spite of it all, the simple fact remains, no one can control a bucket. Okay, then. Which way do I want it? Which? My God, this game. More roped off area. What was down here? I want to... The stress bucket. Presented without commentary. My goodness. So many just random chairs in the middle of nowhere.
No man can own a bucket,
No, I just
and
froze.
certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
These roped off areas are really annoying me. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. So are you saying that I would have to try to jump for this bucket? If I end up here, I could jump because it is a circle. Yup! This game. This bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the...
Why do I have to
Don't
die?
reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader,
Seriously?
as commander of a new world, a new
Duck!
vision.
Didn't work. And there goes my camera. So now I'm curious. That ending was like solely based on that bucket, but I didn't have the bucket until I did the new content. So does that mean there's a different ending for that one part? Are all of these influenced by whether I have a bucket or not? Now that my inputs have apparently been reset, so I'm gonna have to redo them. But that's assuming I can find them all, or that they come back. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that was the second one, and that's where I froze, I think. I don't think I found another one after that. So... now, do I take the bucket or not? I just wanted to see if I could pop that balloon. Let's take the bucket and let's see what happens for... what else can we do? We could do the original ending, I guess.
The confusion and the chaos all seem to melt away as Stanley embraced
Let's do
the bucket.
let's do the follow the rules ending.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Whoa. Okay, this is different. Oh my god. Small floating objects. Mission step. Oh wait, is this where they all are? A large room, lots of boxes. Okay, so that's the warehouse, because I've already been there. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Is that could be where I'm going. But it wouldn't have been upstairs, because I already went there. Because that... I assume that's what number 6 was. I went to the bathroom. But stairs, unless there's stairs somewhere else that I'm not thinking of. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay, we know what that is. But I guess I need to not take the bucket, because that's what screwed me up. Oh, I say screwed me up. It gave me a new ending, but I couldn't reach those doors with the bucket on hand. So I guess I have to go there without the bucket. I still haven't hit the red door. I don't know what that does. I also don't know what would happen if I Figlies. We can't do it. What is with the red room? Thank you. Good luck. Someone over here. I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I didn't do escape without the bucket. That's also something that we can do. Warehouse access plan. Produce one. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. Good God. But someone has written this, so that means that someone is alive in this building, and we will find them. Okay. Stairs. Is it...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
trapped here now.
boss's office.
Is it downstairs? I guess we could do this ending too, but... Found ya!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen
I
go up
don't
by
really know.
one?
I'm not sure if I really care.
I'm sure it will come to me.
Should we just... Should we do this now? Let's just do this now, because I'm here already.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for
I
that.
assume that I'm...
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought
So
to
far,
himself,
this is
maybe
pretty much
I am
the
crazy.
same.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy?
But now we've brought the
He
bucket
asked
in
bucket.
the equation.
The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange,
shoot.
Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for
Talk to me,
in
bucket.
difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
Oh my
Someone
God.
else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all
Kill it with
terribly
fire!
wrong. Surely no good would come
Okay,
from this. Who knows
I-
what sorts of
the bucket is
bizarre
gone.
hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed,
I like how I
now
just
he noticed that the
discarded
rooms were
bucket.
repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself
Where's
floating
the
off
car
ground.
at? I haven't seen the
Oh,
car in a while.
gracious, he exclaimed.
Oh, okay.
Without my bucket, I've gone
Now I'm
truly
floating
mad.
again.
Where is it? I
Where's the
must
Starfield?
find it.
Seriously,
Far
where's the
off in the
car?
distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
It's like it's playing with my
Stanley!
expectations.
Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Bucket?
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of
Hold
them
up.
were his
Whoa,
special
wait a second.
bucket.
Did I...
Come to me, Stanley. Find
This
me.
game... This game.
He had
this
to
game,
find the
this
bucket.
Game,
he
this
had
game,
to return to his old
this
friend.
game.
It was the only way to truly
I-
restore his sanity. And then suddenly,
I
froze
can't
dead in his
even
tracks.
lie. I did
He
not
knew where
see
the
that.
voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful.
Well, it sounds
Stanley
painful.
doubled
You're
over in agony
you got a
and
bucket
dropped
inside you. And I'm blacked out. Okay. I can't cap.
This is
I
the
did not
story of a
see
woman named
those
Mariella.
buckets just pop out of nowhere.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Why do I have a
She
cursor on my
arose,
thing?
got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by
She's
the
got a
body of
bucket.
man who had stumbled
Everyone's
through
got a
town,
bucket now.
talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Oh, of course.
Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing
bucket
all of
was
his
an
actions
imposter.
and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been
It is.
prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
I guess I have.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought. And she hugged her own bucket even tighter.
Hug that bucket.
But of course, she had
I
no
believe in
time
you.
for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would
And
soon
so
have
you
to
turn her
confront at
away,
work.
and you
Her
don't
bucket
call in my
would provide
body,
absolute
and I just
guidance
lie
and
there dead
total
on the
clarity
floor
on everything.
like an
Heck
insane
yes,
person.
She thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
What? Absolutely unnecessary, and yet it was beautiful. And she backflipped all the way to work. Oh my god, this game. I cannot believe it.
All of his
Let's go get
co-workers were
that one in the
gone.
warehouse.
What could it mean?
The,
Stanley
whatever
decided
we're
to
calling
go to
it.
the meeting room.
Should I take the bucket this time? Because maybe if I'm able to get back up, I can go and get the red, blue, whatever. Let's keep the bucket back. So if I can get up, I can
When
get
Stanley came to a
the
set of
sixth
two
one.
open, this was not
Hopefully.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
But
he wanted to
it
stop
looks
by
like
the
I had the-
employee lounge first.
I don't think
just
the
to
fencing
admire
was
it.
there before, but then
Wow. Yes.
yes, this room.
This room.
I get it. I'm
But
done with
eager
I'm
to get
done
back to
being.
business, Stanley took the
a troll with
first
the room.
open door on his left.
Looks like there was like a walkway there that wasn't there before.
Stanley was so bad
I
at
originally
following
came in this, but
directions,
okay,
it's
yeah.
incredible
So
he
there's a
wasn't
little pathway
5 years
here,
ago.
and then thank God I can't die there. Okay, looks like there's a vent out of here. Let's try not to accidentally fall off this. Yes.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
Victorious.
You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anarines.
Okay, now
Very
we're just
soon,
taking-
You'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to
Collected
when you
them
had
all.
no Figler Anarines. None of us can.
Okay. I guess now we're gonna go back to that vent because I can't see another way out of here. Just try not to die. If the Rocket League mock game taught me anything, is that I have no control. Where's this taking me though? Okay, this is new.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
What is
That
happening?
it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures
You are
we've
an
been through, and it all
MP3.
turns out I'm just a tape recording. It was all just
You
in
are an
Stanley's
MP3
head.
on a
I
video
bet that's the
game.
kind of
You
twist
have
think is
all of your
revelatory.
words
I bet each and
printed
every
out
time you
for
watch
you
a
to
movie
say
where it
on a
turns
script.
out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt
Can I
off
leave?
the couch in pure shock at
What
the
was behind me?
phenomenal
Do I have
and
anything behind me?
intricate storytelling. It must be so
I had a
simple
door.
to be you.
Can't leave the door.
Life
God
being
dang
an
it.
unending
Still can't see
waterfall
outside.
of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
I dislike you.
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This
Oh,
is
screw
all
you.
your fault.
Oh, okay, and now we're in the blackness. What now? And we're back at the start. Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support
I
and
am a
guidance from others. So the
fully
thought of total
independent black
solitude
woman.
was terrifying to him.
Input, 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 input. No? Okay, we're gonna go and get the red door. Okay, let's
Stanley was so
go
bad at following
get
directions. It's
this
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
thingy-mabobber.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
Red
investing
and
your trust
blue,
in
so
someone
it
else
said
can
both,
be difficult.
so
but the fact is that the story has been
I
about
really hope it doesn't
nothing
make me,
but you
like,
all this
choose,
time.
because
There's someone you've been neglecting.
if I have to, like,
Stanley.
determine which one's the right
Someone
one, I
you've
don't want to go
forgotten
through.
about.
I guess I could,
Really?
I could knock out the
And
red
in the
one
middle
since
of
I haven't
something,
done
do
it
you
yet,
have
but
zero consideration
if it's
for
not in
others?
there,
Are you
then
that
I'm gonna be
convinced
ticked,
that I
'cause
want
I'm
something
just trying to get
bad
this
to
one over
happen
with.
to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your
Found ya!
side. Give me a chance.
Stop talking.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
You need to
Savor
just
this moment,
settle on
Stanley.
a name.
This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
Can't have that!
So, instead, I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is
yeah,
important.
back to this.
Stanley walked through the red door.
And now I will listen because I neglected you the entire
Oh,
time.
thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy
not sure
all
about
this
that.
time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always
okay,
trying to
we're-
get somewhere.
we
that
are
isn't
back in a
here.
circle.
Running and running and running,
Look.
just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
This game.
I would.
Game.
We would
This game.
both
This
be
game. This
so
game.
much
I'm not even
happier
listening to
if we
you, though. I'm
just
just like amazed that you
stopped.
continue to
And
just
I think, well, I think I have a solution.
change
Here,
the environment
let
around
show
me.
you.
See? It was gonna make me walk around, think that I had no idea what was happening, and then make me take one of the doors. But I know what you're doing to me. I'm not that dumb. I can't see what's happening. I'm not getting a loading. Oh, okay.
What do we
I
want?
was confused because I didn't
What
have a
are we
loading screen.
looking for?
It's a lit path.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place,
Wow.
Stanley, I think I feel.
This is it.
I actually feel happy.
This is heaven. I think I might be dead. Yo, colors! What am I... Okay, I can't fall off, thank God. Wow. This is beautiful. I am all about this environment. Where did I come from? Because I did not go upstairs. Oh, now it's green. I'm loving this new age music. Is this the end of the show? The green isn't moving that much. I feel like you're just trapping me to stay here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave.
No, wait. Where are you going?
I'm exploring.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay, well, you know what? I got my Stanley Marines.
Please,
I'm ready for a
no,
reset.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Can't go through the wooden door.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Yep.
Oh!
I didn't even mean to fall right there, but how did I not die?
Thank God.
How are my
You lived.
non-existent legs not
You had
broken?
me worried there for a moment. No.
Okay, you know what?
No,
Fine, we'll
what
do
are
it
you
again.
Doing, Stanley? Please, I'm
Just like the
asking
hole.
you not to take this
There's a
away
fly
from
in
me.
front of me,
I
and I'm
can't
gonna
go back
kill
to
it.
what
I
I
swear
was
to God.
before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Bye.
Stanley,
Seriously,
let's
kill
go
me.
back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God.
Not a great thing to say, but
Is this really how much you dislike my game?
I do think I'm actually
You'll throw
I'm
yourself
actually
from
slowing
this
down a little bit.
platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yeah, pretty much. Please.
Or maybe
Come
you're just
on!
getting a kick out of it.
I am actually
I
moving
don't know
slower.
anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
I want my choices.
Well, this one is yours.
This one is mine. Reset me.
Is it over? It's going to
It's
restart,
over. Thank
isn't it?
God.
I'm going back.
Let me die. For the love of God. Okay, so now what? I did. He didn't say anything. Why didn't he say anything?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's
Yeah,
those
this game was
figurines.
too complex for
Those
that to
figures.
not just
I
slide
haven't
by.
stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yeah, I'm not
Didn't
sure,
it
but-
fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes,
Someone's
I
back
know
there.
we're
I see
supposed
light.
to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh,
I
God.
would love nothing more than to
Are you gonna
revisit
put
the
me back in a
figurines.
hole that
one
fills
more
with water? Well, now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Just make sure I'm not missing something. Oh wait, now it goes down. Definitely wasn't there before. There was a thing there before, and I don't remember what it was. Can I fall down that? Take a stab at it. Yes, I can. What is...
Here's where it
Okay.
all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right
is
there on the
a
screen, but how
Minecraft.
could we know for certain? We were so innocent.
there's-
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Okay. Am I just literally gonna, like, do this all over again? I guess so. I'm suddenly at the bathroom.
And here was a second
Second one, but the
Stanley.
wall is
You
clean.
found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
My God. Okay. And I walk out and...
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
It was the boss's office because it was behind the thing. This thing, yeah. So I found the stairs fourth.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here behind the boss's office.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like that.
It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised.
Are you saying?
After all,
So,
science tells us that it's impossible to
if
forget
this is
your
going in the
third
order
time
that I
doing
found
anything.
them, is there literally a path for every single combination of what you could have found them in? Like, what if I found the red, blue one second? The game would literally have to redo it to make it so that I'm finding these in that
Let's
order.
see. What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this
Same.
room, but it's
It
here in
looks
the
nice.
memory zone, so it must have happened.
I like the music. That's pleasant, but yeah, I've never been in here. Door? No? Okay. Can't see. Oh, that's because it's over here. Okay, and now there's a...
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really
would happen if I
something
fell off
special.
here?
It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because
Okay,
this
it's
one
literally
is
not- it's not letting me.
particularly
I'm, like,
special to
leaning
me,
off
I
and trying to
made a
see if I
little
can kill
video
myself,
to
but I can't.
commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
What? Oh my god. It is literally... It's it's done. An original Windows Movie Maker. This game is goated. Potentially for this alone. Have you seen my first video that I put on YouTube? Not like
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent
8
on
minutes.
anything else.
When I say first video on YouTube, I mean like when I put on YouTube the first video I've ever made, and it was a NASCAR sim racing video, and it was edited through the original Windows Movie Maker, and it was so bad. But that's because I was like 8 years old and I was commentating over it. Okay, and now into the vent. I'm gonna go over here. This is so trippy.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible,
Yep,
the
and I'm just
final
gonna pick it up
figurine,
because-
right here by the red and blue doors. This
Okay,
memory is the
and
most
now-
distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Yeah, sure.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is
Doors
that this
open?
is the moment where you
You
picked
can
up a
stop talking
Figley, and
now.
I thought to myself,
I'm not listening.
yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was
Yes.
a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Sure. Okay. Okay, they're the exact same. Blue. Okay, that's freaky.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these
Every
figurines?
time you think
Let's
this
just
game
go
can't get any
backwards.
better.
We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Literally stopped its own loading screen. It literally can do anything it wants to. It screws with your mind. You are in the present. The past. It's a nice room. What? So I'm gonna do it all over again? Blue. Always blue.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue
And we're just doing it
doors.
again.
I remember this.
Okay. What's?
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in
Let's
our
just rush
initial
through
tour of
this.
the memory zone,
At this point, it's
one
becoming
is the
annoying.
most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay, let's rush through this. I know I can't fall off. Watch me
And
fall off
here's
anyway.
where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Sure. Sped up now.
Yeah, I love that
Oh my God.
video.
This is just this game. This game. Oh yeah, I remember
I
this.
don't remember the pink room, Stanley.
No,
Still
I
no
remember
memory of
perfectly. This is where I
Good
got
room,
the
though. A
10th
solid
one.
room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one. This was our second Figley.
Dang it.
Don't you remember?
Imagine if I
Yes,
could have picked that up and then
remember
gotten
it
out of the
too.
door and glitched the game.
past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found
Around
in
the
the exhibit
weird
where
hands.
I introduced you to the
Can I stand among them?
figurines.
I think that's as close as I can
want
get.
more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going.
okay.
What else is there? What came before this?
The exit door apparently. Up. Collect them all. I think I did it threefold. And we're back in the expo hall, except it's starker. Oh. Jump circle. Still got 7
It's
jumps.
the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember
Should I use
feeling
one?
it back then. The time
Should I use
with
one?
a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually
Should I use
quite
it?
fond
Should I
of
use it?
now.
Should I use it? Should I use it?
Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
You want more jumping? Jump! Okay. Save the other 6. So glad we saved those jumps. Except I've tried to jump on multiple occasions and they don't work. I got 2 doors.
Yes, the 2 doors. Who could have
And
forgotten
2 windows that I can't
Classic
see out of.
memory, this one.
I only got 1 filing cap. Wait. I got 3 filing cabinets. Dang it. Again, same door. Right door. And the office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Answering machine. Something's there.
Is there
Press a
anything
button.
else? Was
Enter a
there something
key.
that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
What? Me being born? Oh, God, please don't be me being born.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole
Oh. God, are
story
we just
got
reset?
started.
We're just
Back then, I
redoing
was-
the entire sequence.
I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was
I think we're
passionate.
going. I think
was
we are
skeptical.
literally
I
reversing the
weighed
intro
each
sequence.
decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making
Yeah,
decisions.
we're reversing the
Became
intro
lazy,
sequence.
And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my
balloons aren't
thinking
there.
for me.
Oh no.
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Oh, okay. It wasn't
Yes,
2. That's
perhaps
why.
That's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine.
That's why there's no balloons.
companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much
Does he have a
fun to
mouse?
play
He
with.
doesn't have a mouse.
You know what? Since we're in the memory zone,
Apparently,
how about
his
one
job doesn't
more
require a
good
mouse.
memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy
What does
telling
that
the
mean?
story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
It looks like I'm doing the exact same thing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
that
room.
just-
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do I only
No
have
matter
like
how
one more
hard
take at
Stanley
this?
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Where are my inputs? Okay, I haven't touched the bucket in a while. Let's take the bucket.
Warmth
I
spread
did
through
originally say I was
Stanley's
going to
arms.
go
With the
and
bucket
do
in his
the
arms again, he was home.
the follow everything ending before we
Stanley
went and found the
clutched
one
bucket
underneath the
tightly to his
stairs
chest
and got the
entered
back
the
flipping
door on his
Mariella.
left.
So let's go ahead and take the bucket up with us and do.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's
back to
warmth
where
and
it was
comfort now
before?
more than ever. Perhaps his
Looks like
boss's
it.
office was where he'd find answers.
Let's do
Coming
the
to a
upstairs thing.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
The big yeet. What's in the bathroom? Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crispy. It's just crisp. Okay then. I found you, you rascal. Okay, there's 2 more inputs. You know what? We're going to end the episode making sure we get these inputs. I want to see what happens if we get these inputs. But that means I have to know. Hopefully the next one up here is on one of the computers downstairs. Anything in here other than the non-traveling elevator? Doesn't look like it. Let's go ahead and...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Yeah, I can't be
to
bothered.
discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
3, 4, 5.
Stanley may have, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Okay, let's get over here before
Was
it gets
the
dark
bucket
and...
knew all
Okay,
along? Was the
should be
bucket
in position
guiding him?
to
Yes,
quickly make my
this is
escape.
certainly the most logical explanation.
Take a look to the right, make sure there's no figurine, and there's not, and we move. Let's go, turned off the machine, but with a bucket. Okay, didn't even bother giving us a speech anymore.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door
Okay,
that
yep,
read
following you this time.
Mind Control Facility.
And now I'm trapped in here.
The lights rose
Flashing.
on an enormous room
Lights,
packed
lights,
with television
lights,
screens.
lights.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I want to find the one that says pirate. And I want to see if I can get a clear view of what is on it. But I think it was just like filing cabinets.
The monitors jumped to
Where's it?
life,
Pirate?
and Stanley
Pirate.
nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped,
I literally think it's just
monitored
filing
like
cabinets.
guinea pigs.
One of these was busted.
The
I
bucket
want to find it
had
again.
never seen anything
it was
like
over
this,
here,
and it
which I
very
can walk
nearly
to while
burst
I'm-
into tears as Stanley cradled it gently,
Okay, that one.
reassuring
What
it
happens
that
if it-
everything would be fine.
What happens when it changes? Now it just looks normal. What the heck? I'll get a good view of it when I
Was the
go up the
bucket under
elevator.
the mind control facility's influence
Fired.
as well? Had the
Fired.
bucket been told to
One
do
of them is
things
blank.
it didn't wish
A
to
couple
do?
of them are blank.
What kinds
then
of
they
things
have
does a bucket want
images.
to do or not want to do in the first place? These
See if I can time this
questions
right.
raced furiously in Stanley's
I want to get a good look at 2, 3, 4. Do I have to press something?
No!
No.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Oh, dang it.
Never!
No, no, I want to
Squeezed
see.
the bucket tighter.
Dang it, I didn't time it
His
well.
one friend in the entire
I wanted to
world.
see the
At
brokenness.
this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
All my trust is in this bucket.
But here was the proof.
Okay.
The heart of
Get
the
over to the
operation.
facility
Controls
power.
labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Can I escape
As
with the
cold
bucket?
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again...
Turn it off. For the spiel before. But what happens now?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Bro.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the
By
tyrannical
adding
grip of
light
the
to a
evil
dark space.
mind-control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
What?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived
God.
together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What?
No.
Wait, what was happening?
No. No.
Why had
No.
the door
No. No. No.
stopped?
No. 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 No.
Was
Nope.
Stanley
Nope.
and the bucket not about to be freed?
Don't you screw me like this.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
This too much of a
Until
tease.
finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No.
Even
No.
the
No. No.
facility
You go
itself
down. You go
recognized the
down.
incredible calming presence of the bucket. Needed the
touch me,
soothing
I go
warmth
down.
of the bucket will go to any lengths.
I touch you. You go down.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
Oh my God.
Not while this building has anything to say about
Well,
it. Stanley realized
we're in a
he
black
would
hole
never
now.
again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in
sake.
darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped.
I'm gonna have to pee in that
Very
bucket
soon
eventually.
now, he was about to find out.
I had a lot of fluids.
He never functioned well
Yes,
by himself,
okay.
and constantly
Got the fourth
needed
one.
support and guidance from others. So the thought of
We just
total
gotta find the
solitude
fifth
was
one.
terrifying to him.
We're so close to getting all these inputs. And honestly, let's make this a quick one. Let's take the bucket and let's jump off the
Stanley picked
thingy
up the
mabobber.
bucket and smiled.
So I haven't jumped off
He'd
with it.
never be alone again, not truly
And
alone.
not that
with the
I
bucket
expect to
alone.
live, but
Stanley
maybe something
clutched the
different will
bucket
happen.
tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
Also,
lounge
it's quick,
was
so
simply
that
the
way
place
I can
to
just
be.
get back to
And here
getting
it
my
was.
computer.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
Find where
never
the last
mind.
one is.
The bucket was wrong.
Because I want
Stanley
that
took
last
the door
input. I
on his
want to see
left
what it does.
To go back to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The
I'm going down here.
Stanley feared that
Okay.
any path he walked
Still
might
died.
lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
I just love how all of the different endings now involve the bucket. And the dude that commentated has added more commentary so that every ending now includes the bucket. Oh my goodness. It was on my computer. This is my calling. Push. I'm getting taken somewhere. Oh my goodness. This game is 10 out of freaking 10. It's literally just buttons. Question is, is there a way out of here? Do I have to press all of them? I'm not sure how possible that is. Making pretty good progress. Wait, did they reset? Oh god, he's reset. Then I'm never gonna make. And this isn't gonna work then. Buttons. So this is what heaven is like. I'm just making people dizzy at this point. I'm so sorry. Yeah, these are definitely resetting. This is This is an internal pit. I might have just I might have set ourselves into a endless pit unless I literally reset the game. But otherwise, I can just keep pressing buttons of multiple colors. Red, orange, not really seeing a yellow, green, teal, blue, violet. They're all my buttons. How do you get out of this? Do I need to stop pressing buttons to make it stop? Or do I literally need to quit the game? This music is freaky as well. Okay. This is such a weird sight. I just want the visual of unpressed buttons. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I pressed B, I pressed Y, I pressed X. Nothing's working. I might have to quit the game. To be fair, I got the inputs, I got what I wanted. I wanted to see what the inputs did, and that I have done. So this might be it, I guess. I think we're just gonna... Is there... It's like a white... It's like a floating white dot in the middle. What's going on here? I've seen... You see that too? Like there's like some white dot like right there. Just floating. I can't believe this is still going. Like... I think this like is literally set to just never end. I might actually have to like reset the game to make it work. Anyway, that is it, I guess. For part 2, we will continue because clearly I have not hit everything on this game yet. We have not hit some endings with the bucket. We haven't hit the escape without the bucket. So yeah, there will be another part because I'm clearly not done. Anyways, I'm going to enjoy heaven a little bit more. So, thank y'all for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe. I will see you all post-heaven. NASCAR Fan 19, signing out.